Sir, it's not audible.
Please tell me your name.
Sir,
Please tell me your name.
sir, my name is Nirmal Kumar Bhol. I am from Bhubaneswar. I have completed my masters in from KT University in computer science, and I cleared Odisha Civil Service in 2018 and then got the Odisha cadre and OTAS cadre, and right now I am placed at Balangir district as additional commercial tax officer.
So, also tell me something about your hobbies, your interests, and your achievements.
Sir, my hobbies are playing and watching cricket, and I like to play and watch cricket. And second is, sir, my achievement, I have scored A plus certificate in NCC at the NCC cadet. Yes, sir.
So currently you are serving with the government of Odisha. Can you tell me what are your current job responsibilities and what are the duties
Sir,
and functions which are assigned to you?
Sir, basically, when you get into Odisha taxation and account cadre, basically there are three profiles. That is either you get into accounts service, or you get into the commercial tax officer, or sub treasury officer. And according to our batch, everybody got the commercial tax wing. So I am working in the commercial tax, and that is commercial tax and GST office. My work is basically in GST portal. What I have to do is I have to do the registration of GST. I have to carry on check the returns and I can do the I usually do the returns skills and assessment of the dealer, and I also can assign the post registration verification to a assistant commercial tax official. Dealer is a genuine dealer and he can verify all his certificates so that we can provide the dealer with the GST number. Yes, sir. That's basically function of a commercial tax officer.
So basically, then my question would be: you are already in moment of Odisha service. Why are you interested? With exam again?
So I can okay. Can you repeat the question?
What I'm saying is,
Sir, I
why
didn't
are
get it.
you interested in services? Why have you given this exam again? Already you have been successful and you have been posted. Why are you interested again?
Sir, mainly two criteria. First of all, I got the finance service, the Odisha taxation and account service, which is a Group B service. But my main aim was to get a Group A service, either a Odisha administrative service, Odisha finance service, or Odisha police service. And secondly, sir, the scope of a Group A, what I got to know about within this few period of my government service is that the scope to perform public utility function of a Group A officer is quite more than a Group B officer, and the scope extends. And second is that I was always interested into the police service because the police uniform is something that excites me from childhood, and I always wanted to get a police service. Therefore, I am giving the service again to get a to get the police cadre.
What are the optionals that you have taken in this exam?
Geography and home science.
And can you tell me the reason why you have chosen these optionals?
Why?
The reason why you have chosen these optionals?
Okay, sir. Sir, when I decided to go for civil service, the first thing what came to my mind was GS was something which can be done because it's basically general study. But what a student or a aspirant should aim at is the optional subject, because it's a 4 subject carrying 300 marks, means 1200 marks each. So when I went through the syllabus, the question pattern, the previous year toppers discussion or YouTube videos, I found that home science is a subject which is a very short, which has a very short syllabus, and at the same time you can prepare for, if you are preparing for UPSC. So home science can be done within a short span, and it's quite mark scoring because the previous what toppers are getting are saying that they used to read for 1 to 1.5 months and they are getting quite a good score. And when I went through the syllabus was something which was according to my likeness, because there are nutrition, malnutrition, food groups, and basically biology, which I was interested in my schooling. And secondly, sir, geography. I choose geography because I belong to a engineering background, and geography basically is something which an engineering background student can easily link, whether it's monsoon, whether tropical cyclone. All these are things which you can, if you understand, you can produce in the exam, instead of those thick theories which you need to require to learn in the subjects like PUBAD or pol science, which is quite hectic for me. So I decided to decided to go for geography as well as home science.
Okay, so can you tell me what is the issue now going on between Australia and what is the issue now going on between Australia and France?
Australia and France.
France.
Okay, sir. Sir, Australia has recently formed a group with US and Japan, that is AUKUS, which is basically a group to keep peace and tranquility in the Indian Ocean region. And the main that is the main criticism, main aim of Australia is to sell its nuclear submarine to US or Japan and maintain a peace and tranquility in the Indo-Pacific region. And France is the biggest loser in this, because France is one of the biggest dealer of nuclear submarine, and it supplies nuclear submarine to the US and all other countries. So yes, sir, this is the issue what is going in on between Australia and France.
So, what steps France has taken? They have also indicated something. Can you tell me about it? After this deal was made public, what steps France has taken?
Sir, I don't know in details, but I think France has connected with France has called India to continue its new nuclear mission, that is submarine mission that is being carried out by France, that is project 75-1. And I think it's also calling upon other countries so that its submarine mission will be going on, and it will not bring conflict with other countries regarding Australia selling its nuclear submarine to other countries.
So, can you tell me the reason why we are having so many land border disputes with our neighboring states, with the reference to West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh?
Sir, mainly within two state, within two state or two countries, land boundary conflict usually comes if there is no demarcation of boundary. For example, in case of in Koraput, that is case going between Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, this Kotia village, which comes under the Koraput district, the out of the 24 or 25 villages, the 3 villages were under Odisha administration, and the rest 21 villages were not demarcated either into the Andhra Pradesh border or Odisha border. But now recently, Andhra Pradesh is trying to their impose their regime on these villages through conduction of its election, panchayat election, and at the same time, Narendra Modi has also Narendra Modi is also going on implementing various projects in these villages, and at the same time the villagers don't want to get linked into any particular state because they are getting the benefits of both the state. So yes, basically this. And second, also we are, sir, going through dispute in the West Bengal also. In the West Bengal, along with the West Bengal, in the Digha region or Udaipur region, the West Bengal has constructed some infrastructure, and with the Odisha government is Odisha government is against it. So yes, sir, these are the issues which are going on interstate boundary issues.
Can you tell me, according to you, what should be the, because you already have service
Sir,
as you already are
sir,
in the government service as an administrator.
okay.
What are the qualities? Okay, I mean, so you have around 2 years of experience, correct?
Sir, 1.5 years of around experience. 1 year around in my academy, and 2 to 3 months in the Balangir district as the additional CTO.
Okay, fine. So please tell me, according to you, what are the most important qualities or traits that an administrator should have?
Sir, basically administrator first he should be will to work around the clock, because being a tehsildar or a DSP or any post you get or other CTO, you have to have the capacity to work around the clock. There is no night or no day for an administrator. Second is that you should be patient. You should be patient to hear. You should have the capability to listen, because most people will tell administrator requires patience, perseverance, and honesty, but they don't tell that a administrator should be a good listener, because if you don't listen, you cannot solve the problem. You have to listen to the issues of people. You have to listen to the various problems that people are facing. Until you listen properly, like in this interview, I can give a proper answer if only I can listen to you. If I don't get your question, then I can't answer. So yes, the main aim is to administrator should be a good listener, should be honest, should have his own integrity, and yes, perseverance is something he should carry on, and patience, leadership quality, because a administrator is always a leader. He should always lead from the front and create example. And teamwork is something an administrator should link always, because he cannot perform the task alone. He has to go along a group. So he should work along with his group to solve various problems that he faces. Sir, you are not audible.
Okay, fine. So tell me something about crisis management for an administrator, steps in crisis management, and how an administrator has to manage crisis.
Sir, what is crisis management? And
yes, and how an administrator should manage a
okay.
crisis, phase wise or step wise.
Sir, sir, crisis is a undesirable problem which comes into the creeps up generally, and the administrator should always be ready to solve a crisis, because crisis is not something that you can expect within some duration. It's spontaneous and comes suddenly. So the administrator should always be ready to carry out crisis preparedness and post crisis preparedness. Like in case of cyclone, the administrator should be ready with pre crisis, that is there should be resilient infrastructure, and the buildings should be strong, and other points. And at the same time, during the crisis also should take steps like evacuation of people, provide them with rehabilitation, provide them with drinking water, fooding, electricity. And after the crisis also, he should be able to manage crisis like construction of road, the broken cutting down of trees, like the NDRF is response team is doing. So yes, sir, the administrator as a whole should take care that all these three steps, that is pre-crisis management, during the crisis, and post-crisis management, should be carried in a efficient and better manner so that people do not face any problem.
Now, let us have a situational question.
Sir, I didn't. Sir, it's not audible.
Yeah, I'm talking about a situational question. Suppose you are posted in a district where there is a the history of communal problem, communal rights.
Okay.
The political party wants to hold a rally in that area. Their leader is ready to give in writing that they will not do any mischief or any wrong things. They will not affect the communal sentiments in the area. Intelligence wing has given you the report that they are planning something like that. So in that case, you give permission to them. The leader is saying that we are not going to do anything like that. He is also ready to give them in writing. And on the other hand, you have your intelligence report which says that they are planning something which will cause communal tension. So, will you give them the permission for the rally, or you give the permission and give me the reasons for that?
Sir, first of all, I'll call the leader of the group and ask them what type of rally they're going to perform, where they are going to perform a strike, strict strike, and prevent the access of road to people and other facilities to people. If they say no, then I'll also then ask them then what type of strike they're going for. Because because strike without any disturbance is right under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. But that is right to personal liberty. But at the same time, as an administrator, if I have some information from the intelligence group that something wrong, or fishy is going to happen, as an administrator, I'll simply say no, because administration is in my hand, and I don't want to give permission to such a group. And after that, I will have to. I have to blame myself that why did I give permission to such a strike which which disturbed the law and order and brought communal disharmony into the state or district or wherever they're performing such a situation. So basically, I tell them. I'll say no, strict no, because I don't want to take any risk and put the life of people in adverse impact situation.
Case, won't it violate the in that case, won't it violate the fundamental right under Article 19, the right to assemble peacefully and without arms?
Okay, sir, I didn't get it, sir.
Won't your order violate their fundamental right under Article 19, the right to assemble peacefully and without arms?
Okay. Sir, in the previous answer, I did point out a wrong point that 21, it's actually Article 19, right to speech and expression. Okay, sir, but right to speech and expression is not something which cannot be, because Article 19 also provides the right to speech done should not be like that. It's against the harmony, it's against the unity of the country. It should be, there are some criteria under which right to speech can be stopped. It's not like that. Right to speech under article, it's that what we tell, right to speech can be curbed. There are certain criteria, if certain criteria under which right to speech can be curbed. Right now I'm not getting the point. It's actually sovereignty and unity of the country.
Reasonable restrictions.
Peaceful.
Reasonable
Yes,
restrictions.
Okay.
Yes, please continue. Please continue.
Yes, sir. There are certain criteria under which the right to speech can be curbed under which there is, sir. I have told the above points. I'm not able to remember right now, but yes, right to speech can be curbed.
Okay, fine. So tell me something about your home district. Which is your home district?
Sir, my home district is Khordha. It is one of the most advanced district in Odisha. It is situated in the eastern portion of Odisha. It is situated in the eastern and southern coastal agroclimatic zone. It's one of the most important city of Khordha is Bhubaneswar, which is the most developed city. It is the temple city of Odisha, and Khordha. Right now, the Khordha district magistrate or collector is Sanat Kumar Mahanti, and it has around two subdivisions and 10 block and 10 10 tehsils. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, being a resident of Khordha, before that, did you get any COVID related responsibility during your posting? Have you got any COVID related responsibility till now?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So, excuse me, Khordha, continuing with your district Khordha. So, can you tell me what are the major issues now? And if you can tell me some recent news from your district.
Okay, sir. Recent news in Khordha, sir, that drainage boy went into the drain and his body was found dead. That's the issue. And sir, basically in the rainy season, what Bhubaneswar, mainly the capital city of Odisha, faces that the drainage water gets filled with water and they do not put a cover on it. So many incidents happen like this. Many incidents happen in the Bhubaneswar area, due to which life of some people comes into danger. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, what would be the solution according to you?
Sir, solution, according to me, solution should be, sir, that pit should be covered, and second is, sir, we should allow the drainage. Basically, drain is filled with water because the water is not able to seep into the soil, and the main problem is here deforestation. Deforestation around the river region is causing the river water to enter into the city and cause urban flooding. So the afforestation should be carried out. Parallel channels should be created so that water doesn't flow in a single direction and it gets distributed. And sir, embankment should be created, barrage should be created, and sir, the flood zoning should be properly done so that we can get that which area is particularly drainage water flows, so that people can be aware that not to build infrastructure there, so that the drainage water will flow in a proper way and there will be seepage of water. These are the, sir, solutions to we can control flood or drainage system in Bhubaneswar or Khordha in particular.
Okay, that is fine. So that will be the end of the interview. My feedback is, from online, the content is good. Okay, and eye contact and all. Once you come to the physical interview, that I can tell you, because it is difficult to judge the eye contact and body posture online. But content is fine. The flow of speech is fine. Okay, and you can expect most of the questions in the interview from your domain, that is your service. So prepare that, yes, prepare that very well. And once you come to the physical interview, we will continue. Okay.
Okay. Sir, how was my session? Means, was I able to answer properly?
Yes, like if I was to give you marks, you will get in the range of 180 to 200 out of 250. Okay.
Sir, what are my main problems? Was I fumbling?
No, I don't think you were I don't think you were fumbling. The only thing is that content was okay. As I told you, content was fine. Only the body language and all that, physically, once I see head to toe, then I can say, because online it would be difficult. Online we can check the content, because eye contact here will be with the camera always, obviously. So that part in physical interview, we will see that if any improvement is needed. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, can I give the panel interview on Saturday?
Okay, I'll just stop the recording. Okay, and we can have a talk after.